What's up, guys? Wanted to show you how to level your deck. It's two ways on a tractor. First, you got front to back, and what I'm using here, I'm not buying no special gauge. I made this back when I was learning to be a machinist. It's a machinist jack, and it just screws out. The other part is not needed, but anyway, that's besides the point. You're gonna take your blade and make it front to back this way, and I'm just using the machinist jack. I'm going to put it right under the edge, and I'm going to screw that up. So that's my measurement there. And then as you go to the top here, this blade should be sitting anywhere from a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch lower in the front, and you can see it's about a 1/4 inch higher than the back. You got to be on a level surface too. So what we got to do is come over here to the front. Now you can see there's a bolt there and one there. Mine just happens to have lock nuts and a jam nut. You got to break the lock nuts loose on each one, and then you're gonna turn it out to lower the deck. And like I said, a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch lower for adjusting it back to front. Front's got to sit 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch lower. Okay, so if you look over here, I backed the lock nut out, and we have space in between this bracket and this one. Now over on this side, we did the same thing, but there's tension here. So that's how you're going to adjust it, and then you'll screw this one back in to meet that once you get the front of your deck height set. Okay, so if you look under there, you can see I have that machinist jack just touching the back of that blade. Now I know this part right here, this part here is a 1/4 inch. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna set it right next to the front of the blade. All right, so if you look at that, now that's the front of the blade, and I didn't touch the machinist jack. All I did is simply slide it there. Now, being that front of the blade is at the bottom of that knurled machinist jack, you know that's a 1/4 inch, so we're good. Now we'll head back to the front, tighten that other nut up, lock the jam nuts, and your deck's set front to back. Other thing I wanted to mention on this side here, right where this one is, the one that we loosened up. If you look back here, you'll see that bar that goes across that hooks in this U. We're about a 1/4 inch that it's got to go that way. So that one over there you could see is touching. So all you do is tighten that first nut up until it touches this part right there, and then run the jam nut in and to lock it. All right, the other thing you could do to check to make sure that you're equal on this side to this side is take a measurement from the end of the bolt to your jam nut on each side. I just happen to be at 3/4 of an inch both sides, and you're gonna have to put a wrench on this nut in back of the jam nut and hold it, and then just give it a little bit of a turn. Don't tighten it too much because it's hard to break loose, and do the same over there. Okay, now to get the deck level from the right side to the left side, you turn your blade over here this way. Now all I did is put my machinist jack under there, and you gotta get your other blade, turn it the same way, and if you have the same distance from the floor to the tip of your blade underneath, like that, your deck's level. If not, then there has to be an adjustment made. Okay, so my deck is unlevel, and to do this, you're gonna, right there, you loosen this bolt up here, turn it counterclockwise, and then we need to raise the deck. So then we, have to get a big wrench, crescent wrench, or whatever you got, and we're gonna turn it clockwise to raise it. Okay, so once you get your deck leveled from left to right, mine was off like I said, so I had to back this out, and then I rose this until I got the right height. Now, what I did do, and what I'm gonna do, so this doesn't go out of a line again, and I saw somebody else do this, this is where I got the idea. I drilled a pilot hole, 1/8 inch, and what I'm gonna do is stick this bolt through this piece, because if you look back here, all this does is ride up and down. There is no reason to do and have an adjustment from left to right, none. So we're gonna stick that bolt in there, tighten it up, and it's never gonna go out of level again from left to right.